Hi guys, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I posted anything, so today I wanted to do something special and something a bit different. So in today's video I will choose one player from each Premier League team who I like the most, or in case of Everton and Manchester United, who I dislike the least. So how this video will go, I will start from Chelsea and then with Newcastle, I think, Norwich, who is in the last place, and just state one player who I like the most, if I think he would fit in the Liverpool team and if I would like to see him in the Liverpool team. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and please like it. So let's go. So as Chelsea are top of the league right now at this moment, I will start with them. And the player I like the most in the Chelsea team is their first team goalkeeper, Mandy. I think he's been brilliant for Senegal. He's been doing really well for Chelsea this season. I think they've conceded 3 or 4 goals only in 11 games. So that's a huge achievement for him, and of course their defense, but there are not many players in the Chelsea team I like. They're good players, but there's just something I don't like about them, and Mandy isn't one of them. I really like Mandy. In terms of him playing for Liverpool, I still don't think he's better than Alisson. Chelsea fans probably will come after me, but I don't think he's better than Alisson. Maybe not yet. I don't think if he will ever be, I don't know. But I still think he wouldn't play in that Liverpool team, especially not with Klopp at the wheel, because Klopp likes Alisson. Alisson is a brilliant goalkeeper, I think, and Mandy is too good to be a second goalkeeper. So even though it would be nice to see that sort of quality in the goalkeeper line for us, I wouldn't see it happening. I don't see it happening. So I like him at Chelsea, but he probably wouldn't play for Liverpool. So the second place team in the league currently are Manchester City, and their favorite player for me is probably my favorite player out of all Premier League teams besides Liverpool, and that is Kevin De Bruyne. I think he is a brilliant player. I like him a lot. I would give a lot to see him at Liverpool, just that link up with Salah and everyone. That would be the dream for me. I would pay big money to see it at least for one game, him to play in that Liverpool team. I think that would work so well. I know it will probably never ever happen, but I love Kevin De Bruyne. He's brought Manchester City even a level higher. His passes are brilliant, his crosses, he's everything. I think he's just a brilliant player. As I said, he is my all-time favorite player out of the rest of the league team. So I would love to see him at Liverpool. I think he would play really well under Klopp. Will it happen? Most probably no, but Kevin De Bruyne is my favorite player from Manchester City. So the third place team currently in the league are West Ham. I quite like West Ham, so it was a bit hard for me to choose my favorite player out of their team. I like quite a lot of players in their team, but I had to go with Rice. I think he is a brilliant box-to-box midfielder. I think he would fit our team really well. I think he would fit how Klopp plays as well, and he just has that winning mentality, the right mentality we want at Liverpool. So that was the reason of me choosing Rice. I think he has accelerated and progressed brilliantly, and it's only right if West Ham would build their team around him. We'll see how it happens if he goes to Chelsea, if he goes somewhere else, but he is my favorite player out of all West Ham players. As I said in this video, I will not talk about my favorite players at Liverpool because I love them all. I do have two favorite players, which is Hendo and Mane, but I love all of our team more than I love anyone else in the league. So I will not talk about Liverpool. So we go to the fifth place, which is Arsenal, who we will play this week. And as some of you probably know, my mom's favorite team is Arsenal, so I follow them. I watch quite a lot of their games, and I have a couple of favorite players like Smith Rowe. To be a bit controversial, I quite like Lacazette as well. I think Ben White has done brilliantly for them, Ramsdale as well, but my favorite player in their team is Saka. I think he is a brilliant young player. He's done really well at Arsenal. He's done really well for England as well. And part of the reason why I've chosen Saka, I think, is because he would fit the Liverpool team really well. I think we do need to strengthen our attack a bit. It's strong already, but just for the terms of rotation, and someone like Saka would fit in there really well. So Saka is my favorite player out of all Arsenal players. So now we've reached sixth place, which is Manchester United. And this was probably the hardest task for me because I don't like anyone in their team. Like, I like Van de Beek, but he never plays, so I can't really base my opinion on how he plays. Only I like him because Ola doesn't give him the chance to play, and I think he deserves it, but I can't really choose him. I don't really like anyone in their team. I've chosen Rashford as my most favorite player in their team. I think he is a brilliant player. He plays really, really well when he's given the chance. But like, I don't want him at Liverpool. Like, I don't want any Manchester United player at Liverpool. I would like to see Van de Beek at Liverpool because I think he would fit well. But since he's played for Manchester United, I don't want him to play for us. So I would say, least disliked player at Manchester United is Rashford. So in the seventh place we have Brighton, and similar to Arsenal and West Ham for me, I have quite a lot of players I like in the Brighton team. I really like their manager as well. I think he is a brilliant manager. In terms of players, the most sense for me would be to choose Lallana, but because he did play for Liverpool, but I haven't chosen Lallana. I've chosen Lamptey, and ever since he started to play for Brighton in the Premier League, I noticed him and I thought he is really, really good. Like, this year, he fits the Brighton team perfectly. I think before he was too good for Brighton, but now Brighton have leveled up, if you like. So he fits the team really well. I think he played really well against Liverpool at Anfield, but would I like to see him at Liverpool? 100% yes. I would love to see him at Liverpool. I think he would be a great backup for Trent. He might also drop in the midfield position, but I think right wing is where he plays the best. You might argue that he's too good to be a backup, potentially, but then when you look at our left backs, we have two quality left backs, Tsimikas and Robertson. So Lamptey covering for Trent could still get enough game time, but I would really, really love to see him at Liverpool. So the team in 8th place currently are Wolves, and I do have a number of sort of favorite players there, like Connor Cody, because he is a Scouser, but the player I've chosen is Jimenez. I think he is very talented. I think he is too good to play for Wolves, as harsh as it sounds. I think he is in a level to play for teams like Chelsea, City, Liverpool. He's done a great job coming from that horrific injury he had, and he's as good as he left. So I really like him as a player. I would love to see him at Liverpool, just strengthening that forward position. So yeah, he's my favorite player from Wolves. So in the ninth place, we currently have Spurs, and I don't like almost any of their players. I don't know why, especially Kane. I just really don't like him, but I really, really like Son. I think he is a brilliant player. I think he shouldn't play for Spurs because he's just too good to play for Spurs, and he's just too nice to play for Spurs. I would really love to see him at Liverpool. I think he would bring a lot for our attack, and I would love to strengthen our attack. Well, not strengthen, but as I said, just to have some bodies for rotation. And I think Son is probably my second most favorite player after Kevin De Bruyne in the Premier League, outside of course all the Liverpool players. So that says it all. I really like Son. I think he would work well in our Liverpool team. So that's that. So in the 10th place we have Crystal Palace. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't followed many of their games besides the games they play against us, and it was really hard to choose a favorite player, but I think Gallagher, who's on loan from Chelsea, has done really well for them. I think again he maybe is a bit too good to play for Crystal Palace. I would love to see him at Liverpool just to see how he complements our midfield, since we do have some issues with injury prone midfielders. He would be someone we could rely on. So for that reason, I would love to see him at Liverpool. So in 11th place, and where they belong, is Everton. Another team where I don't really have a favorite player. I just dislike all of their players, but there are two which I dislike the most. I think I should create another video where I state everyone I dislike the most. But yeah, for Everton, Richarlison and Pickford, the dinosaur arms. Really hate him, especially after what he's done to Van Dijk. But this is not about hating players. Well, hate is a strong word, but I really dislike them. My sort of player I dislike the least will probably be Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's done brilliant for Everton. He is very clinical, very attack-minded, as an attacker should be. If he wouldn't play for Everton, I would like to see him at Liverpool, but since he does, no. But looking at his qualities, it could be something we would benefit from, but as I said, since he plays for Everton, I can never see this happening. I never want to see it happening. But the least disliked player for me from Everton is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So in the 12th place we have Leicester, which is very low for their team. I think they haven't started their season really well, but this is not about that. So they have some likable players, I would say, but the player I like the most is Tielemans. There were quite a lot of talks in the summer about a potential move to Liverpool. I would love to see him at Liverpool. I think his shot is amazing. Keita has sort of a similar ability to him, even though he is less physical. Keita is less physical than Tielemans, so in terms of shooting the ball, scoring goals, they have a similar ability, but Tielemans is just more available, more physical, and probably more fitted to the style of football we play. It doesn't mean that I would like to sell Kate to get Tielemans, but I think Tielemans would be a great addition to our team. So in the 13th place we have Southampton, which in my opinion is a quite likable team with a quite likable set of players. Good players, they're just probably not clicking that well as Southampton fans would wish for, but I think my favorite player in Southampton is Ward-Prowse. Um, the One of the biggest reasons is probably the set pieces, because he is brilliant at set pieces. Almost every time I watch their game, he has scored from a set piece. So he is really a set piece master, something we are lacking a bit in the Liverpool team. So all the free kicks are taken by Trent. He has scored one lately, but he hadn't scored in like 3 or 4 years before that. So we might need a bit of something different in taking our set pieces. So I think Ward-Prowse could be an interesting addition to the Liverpool team. I would be intrigued to see him play for us. So in the 14th place, we have the newly promoted Brentford, and also quite a likable team. They've done really well in the beginning of the season. We drew with them, so that was maybe a bit of a shock for us, but they did play really well. And my favorite player in the Brentford team is definitely Tony. First of all, because he is a Liverpool fan, but I think he is a brilliant player as well, and definitely too good probably to be playing for Brentford. We could be looking at signing him. That would definitely be an interesting signing for us, I would think. I think if we would go there and ask him, he would definitely say yes, as he kind of said in one interview recently that he would be tempted to say yes if Liverpool would ever ask. And as we do need a bit of more rotation in our front line, I would be intrigued to see him play for Liverpool. In the 15th place, we have Leeds, and there are some players I like in their Leeds team, but my absolute favorite is Rafinha. I think he is a brilliant player. He is really good, clinical, everything you need in an attacker. I would love to see him play at Liverpool. There have been some links during the summer, potentially might be some links in January, I don't know, but I would love to see him at Liverpool for the same reason as all attackers on this list, because I do think we need a bit more rotation. Our bench with Origi and Taki might not be strong enough to go for the league potentially, so I would love to see a player like Rafinha in our Liverpool team. In the 16th place, we have Aston Villa, probably most of Liverpool fans' second favorite team now, since Stevie G is their manager, which, to say in short, and this is not really related to this video, I'm quite excited about. I saw his first interview about him coming to Anfield and winning there, and I was like, no, but I'm quite excited for him. In terms of my favorite player in Aston Villa, probably has to be Danny Ings. I don't really watch a lot of Aston Villa games. Probably that's bad, but I just don't. I usually watch them when they play us, and then if I turn the TV on, they're playing, I might watch it. But yeah, Danny Ings used to play for Liverpool. When he was at Southampton, I thought he's brilliant. He is very clinical. Even though he was at Liverpool, I would be interested to see him back at Liverpool, even though he's a bit older and quite injury prone. But for some mixing up the front, I think he could be an interesting option. So the team in 17th place is Watford, and same as with Aston Villa, I haven't really watched a lot of their games, but they do have a player I really like and I would really love to see at Liverpool, and that's Sarr. He already plays with Mane for the Senegal team. I think we were once really close to signing him. I think Mane even helped him to find a home in Liverpool or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but they're always, for a couple of years already, I think there have been some links with him coming to Liverpool. And I would be intrigued to see it happen. I think in this video I've literally chosen everyone I would like to see at Liverpool kind of as my favorite players, besides like Everton and Manchester United. But yeah, I would be very interested to see how he would do at Liverpool, how this him playing with Mane would work. I think it will work well. So yeah, he's my favorite player at Watford, and I would love to see him at Liverpool. So in the 18th place, and rightfully so, we have Burnley. I don't really like Burnley as a team. I think they're really an anti-football team. Therefore, it's quite hard to choose my favorite player, so I went for Nick Pope because I think he is a brilliant goalkeeper. He always plays really well against us for some reason, but I think he has saved them from going down many times over the years. They might go down this season. I secretly wish they do because I just don't like how they play, but you need to give them credit for it. But yeah, my favorite player in Burnley is Nick Pope. So in the 19th place, and also rightly so, we have Newcastle. Newcastle has some players I like. They also have a new manager now. They also have new owners now, so we'll see how that works out. But my overall favorite player in their team is Saint-Maximin. I really like him. I think he is a brilliant player. That's what I say about everyone in this video, but that's how I really feel. I would love to see him at Liverpool. I think he would fit in very well with how Klopp play. He is quite physical as well, so that would work for him. So he's my favorite player in Newcastle. And at the bottom of the table we have Norwich, who also has a new manager, and their new manager is Dean Smith, who used to coach Aston Villa. And my favorite player in this Norwich team is of course Kabak, because I do have a soft spot for Kabak. He might not be the best centre back in the world, or the best centre back in, I don't know, top 10, bottom 10 teams or whatever, but I really like him. He is a big reason why we got Champions League football this year, so all the credit to him. I think he can still progress and be a good player. You can come after me, but I just like him. So my favorite player in Norwich is Kabak. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and please subscribe to my channel because it does help me a lot. This video wasn't the super most analytical video about players. It's more of a personal preference, sometimes without a lot of reason, but it's just the players I like in those teams, and that's it. And I've noticed that I've chosen almost all players that I would like to see in the Liverpool team, besides the players from Everton, Manchester United, and I think Chelsea as well. Just a short summary. I've chosen 2 goalkeepers, 5 midfielders, 10 attackers, and 2 defenders, which says that our attacking and midfield position would need some signings probably. So, but yeah, hope you enjoyed it again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.